Hello Taurus, kia ora koutou katoa. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in to see what's going on for you for this month, for next month actually, of February 2022. So I am recording this today, and it's Wednesday the 27th of January 2022. So this may, come into play right is, or you may be right when you see it, as you see it, because you might be watching this like mid February as you come across this, and you may be watching this like the day after, or it's a couple of hours after I watch it. So and it may resonate with you then. So what I would say is just take what does resonate and leave what doesn't. And I understand that this isn't gonna, it may not resonate all of it for you. Only parts of it may resonate with you. But just keep in mind that this is like a forecast as well for February 2022. So which is why it may not fully resonate with you. The other thing is to check out what your other signs are saying for you, and it could give you a wider or a broader overview about what could be going on for you next month. Okay, so anyway, so we're just going to get rocking and rolling. So I have this energy oracle deck that is going to be, I'm going to use today, as well as the angels that have come up and to be with us today and bring through messages, and also a lot of the galactic and light being energies who work with me alongside me, and we teamed up together. You could say that everybody is here. So as well, and we could also obviously connecting in with, your guides and, spirit and the energy of Taurus today. So when I do readings on, these messages, these readings, it's always about, what is, for the greatest and highest good, and what you most need to know right now. So just remember, like I say, that, these are general readings. So thinking outside of the square or the box or the circle, whatever it is that you work with, is as to how it might apply to you. So anyway, let's go. So we have these energy oracle cards that I'm working with now. So the fourth chakra here is Archangel Raphael. Oopsie daisy. So there's actually a lot of angels that are coming through, because I've got the Archangel Raphael's messages down here as well, but he's coming through. So there could be probably a lot of a lot of heart chakra stuff that you might be feeling like, around about now, or going into that there's something is working. So just letting, talking about working with your heart chakra. So I'm feeling and seeing a lot of green, and, these colors here, basically those sorts of colors there. So you may be drawn to those colors, or you may be seeing a lot of those colors around you, recently, in the recent, past, or in your now, whenever that is that you're watching this. And then we have the angel of balance, and that's, it's interesting because that's 48, okay, number 48. So there's probably something around working with grounding your energy, and realizing that there is something, there is a cycle that's going on, because I'm looking at the 8, and that something is going around, and something is going on where there is a cycle of something. So, things happen in life, and we have these curves, and or curves, whichever word you choose to use, that happen, and all these ebbs and lows in our life. But then we have like number 38, which is the Archangel Raphael, who come through first. So it's about balancing. I feel like they're talking about things are balancing out, or balancing things out. So there's partially, they're helping on the other side, but it's also we've got to help ourselves, or you've got to help yourself, as to how that balance happens. So there seems to be a lot of angel activity that's going on around you with this. So the next card, let's see. I really do love you, darling, but I'm going to have to move you. I'll give you cuddles after. So, and the next card here is number 23, which is in reverse. So there's something about all tied up with this. Is that, so there may be something that you maybe resisting in a way, with this being in reverse. So it's something, I feel like maybe you haven't, like, there's something's not quite or you haven't quite figured out where to go yet. So it's like there's something about tying things up anyway. So that's number 2 and number 3 as well. So, or 23. So there's probably something around balance. Everything seems to be a lot about balance and obviously grounding and creating some foundation work. So there could have something there that is a little bit, feeling a little bit unbalanced at the moment. And maybe you're needing to review or view something from another perspective and creating change in order to you know, like have this stability and foundation and it could be within your workplace, it could be within your family or a business, or, you know, the whole lot, whatever is going on. But I'm just feeling like there's something, or sensing something like around balance, probably around to do with relationships as well, like setting yourself free and exploring something. Maybe you're feeling a little bit, you know, tied up basically, or a little bit run ragged, or your arms are tied up, or even though her arms are tied in front of her, it's like there's something about releasing yourself, because it's like, or moving, and it's not like a really tight bound there. So I feel like you could quite easily, there's a bit of wriggle room where you can get yourself out of this. So you know, and I feel like there's something for some of you, they're giving me this, like you're feeling like you're bound in a certain way to do something that or working with something that you're feeling like restricted with as well, and which way you're going. And it could be like there's a relationship that is involved with it, or your relationship with somebody is maybe they're not right into it, into moving in a certain direction. So, and maybe you've been left, you know, with tidying something up, and maybe with what is like some ideas, or it could be around work where you're like feeling restricted as well. But it's something about you, also you, I'm hearing like this is about you going back to you, and figuring out what it is in your relationship with yourself and where you are restricting yourself at the end of the day. So here, look at this. So something is opening up, because this is the world, you know, this is the world card, and this isn't even the tarot deck, but the world there is this, and that's goes back to like relationships. Number 2 is about relationships, coming in, going out, receiving or allowing yourself to go into or out of relationships. And it could be not necessarily, you know, like a romantic one, you know, or in energy, like with your spouse or spouse or partner. It could be like business relationships. It's something like there's something that's needing to shift in the sense, because I'm hearing it about you being or taking control, or being in control of something, or maybe taking the lead. Maybe it might be a better word, I don't know, but whatever it is for you. So it's like when you're taking control of the situation. So, and it's not negatively, like, you know, when I say negative, it's not like being like really restrictive control, but what they're talking about is like you have control about how that might look for you, and you are in control of how that might look for you in the future with this world card here. So, you know, there's something that's looking like it's coming to an end with the 9. So then 9s for me is like there's something, you know, ending, or you're working through something. So through February, I feel like you might have more of an idea or more of a plan of how you're going to, I'm hearing the word restructure things, or you know, or structure things, you know, differently. So I'm hearing sometimes, you know, restructuring is not the right word or a correct word to use for something, but it may be like you're structuring something like in a different way, okay? Where it's going to be probably more, you know, versatile or more pliable, where you can, you know, have your spin on it, you know, with something, okay? Whatever it is, it seems like there's a bit more, once you get your head around it, there's a little bit more freedom as to how things, you know, can go for you or look for you, okay? But this is like you, like understanding, you know, ultimately, you know, who you are and where you want to go and what you want to do with your life and how that might look for you. So the first card out was, you know, Archangel Michael was wanting to say something, and the second deck is a collective of angels and the messages that have come through for me. That I've channeled through. I've just got to this stage and not actually got any like pictorial or images that should go with it, or paintings, anything at the moment. And then we have Archangel Raphael. So with Archangel, Michael here, he's talking about, it's in reverse. So I feel like there's something about having joy. And this one is talking about, sing, play music, dance, listen to music that lifts your energy. So so there may be a lack of that or a shortage of that, whichever word you try to, you want to use about, like maybe you've tried to do something, but you just can't shift it with everything that's going on around you. And it could be a lot of other, and there could be something like external that's affecting you or influencing, having the influence in your energy and how you're thinking at the moment as to how you're going to manage things and fit everything in, and because there's something about with the world and the way that the world is going as well. So there's something like the two, and it's like, what does my relationship look like in this world? But there's something that's, with the world, there's something coming to an end, and where you can like begin to something new, because like I say, there's something, you've figured out something, and it's like your world shifts into, and you see things from a different, point of view, or a new point of view, you could say. So, and then we have intention here, setting your intentions, was the collective of angels are, encouraging you or suggesting, like setting your intentions. But there may be something going on with sleep as well, as when you're going to sleep. Some of you may be finding a little bit challenging to get sleep in. It could be, I feel like for some of you, is like, what are you feeding your mind before you go to sleep or go to bed? Is like, are you setting are you thinking, what are you thinking, what are you eating, that sort of thing. I just noticed it might be a bit smoky in here because I've actually had some sage, and it looks rather smoky from here, but that's okay. I'm just thinking I don't know what it looks like on the other side. I can see something, but it's like I can see the smoke just wafting through. Okay, so there's something like the angels, and I haven't lit sage all week this week through the other readings, but today I have. So there's something clearing the way. They're working on clearing the way with you. So the Five of Wands here. So there's something for me that's talking about, some sort of internal struggle is where they're going with that, with the heart and getting your your heart around things. I was going to say head, but it's getting your heart around things. The star here is like there's hope. So the angel of balance is bringing through that, that hope and that inspiration, and you are that hope and that inspiration. So there could be something that a decision or something that's broken your heart, and that you've not wanted, or wanting to go or do something, that kind of so there's, that kind of goes against what you would like to do. There's also for some of you, and that could be with a relationship, with work, career, whatever that is, or something to do within the family, where you might have had to say no, or you might have had to say yes, and you might have felt like you've had to say yes or no, either way. But it's something it's like, it's playing on your, I want to say heartstrings. So like there's an internal frustration or a bit of an internal battle, because the Five of Wands here talks about a frustration and struggle of some sort. Okay, and with this angel card here, it's like I'm hearing like something about the energy is shifting with this angel. So bringing and working on your heart chakra is going to be the thing that's going to help you get through this. But and looking at the sense of being in hope. So here's the Page of Wands, Taurus. So there's something about, going on a new journey, basically. So looking forward and looking into the future with the journey that where you're wanting to go. I feel like, because he's turning and he's looking to, to my left, and if you were looking at this, it would be to your left. So there's something about looking at what the emotional side of things as well, because he's looking at that hope. The star card is like he's facing that, so looking for that hope and that inspiration, and and with whatever it is the struggle is. So what I'm hearing is like, this is like taking that information, having that hope, and looking at that star and following the light, basically, where it is that you're wanting to do what it is you're wanting to do in your life, where it is you're wanting to go in your life, and then let that be, and how you want that to look, and so it's aligning yourself to all of this, what, who, what, how do I, and when, all those sorts of things, and asking those questions. Do I want this to be for, or look like, be like for me, and what do I need to do to achieve that? And so this Page of Wands is like in search of, it was in search of, but, in looking, ready to take this next step. Because look at him. He's like, that left leg is like moving. He's like taking that step. It's up really. I'm feeling it's up really to take that step. So for me, that's talking about, as in like, moving through that emotional stuff with this heart chakra stuff going on here for you. And, really like focusing and honing in like on that star within you, this heart chakra here, that actually, it's all good. You like stop not overthinking it. The Knight of Swords is coming through here. So he's talking, he's like moving. He's wanting to move through. I'm hearing like moving through things. So the Knight of Swords can come through with and move quite quickly. So it's like, I feel like there's like this, like the wind picks you up, and there's probably, for you, something about you moving quite quickly, and it may be feeling a little bit overwhelming for you with this pace that sometimes this the Knight of Swords can come through. So he's ready to move and take the next step. So maybe fully not knowing where he's going and how that's going to look, but he's willing to take, there's like, he's at the peak there, and he's willing to take the next step is where he's going. Because even though he's at the top of it, he's ready to step off, and there's nowhere not that's at the same level. It looks like it's off a cliff or something. It's a bit like the Fool in a way. He's ready to take a punt, basically. This eagle here I'm seeing, and this bird is like helping him to see the way. It's like the eyes, the eyes, or the seeing overview, seeing the bigger picture, basically, of being in your truth. Because see how he's got that sword raised? I'm feeling like this is a sense of like knowing, understanding, communicating, being in your power, basically, and communicating what it is that you need to be doing, wanting to have in your life, and going for it. And it's like, okay, I can't see the full picture. There's an overview, but I'm going to go and head that way. So it's also talking about sometimes this Knight of Swords energy can come in and it may overwhelm you. So I'm hearing like it's not necessarily about rushing through it. So it's about like taking, moving through it in an orderly fashion, you could say, is what is coming through. But in not letting, it may be that you're needing to watch out for certain things, or keep an eye or observe things as you're going along. So listening to your intuition, if something's not feeling quite right, to maybe like slow down a bit, take note of it and investigate what that is, or research what that is about. So maybe I'm hearing like crossing your I's, dotting your T's. And if there are any contracts or stuff like that you're signing or reading over, you may be like having, taking your time to read through it. Or getting someone to work with you to read through it, who's working through it to read through it with you. Or if you're making a new move. But this is like, I feel like I'm hearing like there's a bold move, there's a bold move coming. Interesting, and it's like that bold move is like, or decision that you are going to be taking is going to help you. Like, it's like getting, moving through that internal struggle, basically, is where I'm getting with that. So there may be, a decision that you kind of come to grips with, or you come to understand, but these angels are here helping you to helping you to release it. So whatever it is, you can get on and do whatever it is that you're wanting to do or needing to, or where you're more drawn or to do, and your head's maybe got in the way. But this, like I'm saying, this Knight of Swords, I've got a good feeling that is like there to help with this Page of Wands to move towards, and with this hope, with the light, with the star card coming here, is like moving with that and going with that flow, because there's a sense of a new beginning in there, or allowing yourself, setting yourself free to explore, but basically. Then we have the Four of Pentacles. I'm hearing like sharing and receiving with this. So sometimes we can be, this is you, and it's like moving out of that space of though here, of like releasing something, allowing yourself to not get too caught up in the financial side of things, and it's like finding that balance, and it's like finding that balance within family, within finances, but also in grounding yourself in the home, but also grounding yourself in you and what is most important to you, and moving through that. I feel like there's been a little bit of a struggle, as in what you're going to do in the near future. as far as work and family sorts of things and the health and well-being side of things. So but something is like, I feel like you release that and you're starting to like go on a journey or an adventure and understand and know, actually, you know, I feel like I really need to go this way, even though this might be happening. And it's almost like I hear something, some of you may cut back your hours and entertain going in, you know, a business that you're going to be working with. And some of you may actually, you know, start to, you know, more, you know, look at how a business or a career or something is shifting and how you can move into it or blend two things together. But I feel like this is like, you know, like this one here is like looking at an adventure, even though you can't see exactly where you're going, and things might be a little bit uphill, you know, or battle, but it's like there's something about enough grounding, but also lifting your head up so to like gauge where it is you're going. At least your head up, you can see in the future. So this is about, you know, releasing stuff as well. But 9, yeah, it's like you finally get it. It's like, okay, I'm ready. I'm going to go on this adventure with the swords here. Knight of Swords coming in. It's like there's like a boost of energy basically with this Page of Wands here. It's like, okay, so utilize that energy and that drive. The Page of, you know, Pentacles is coming in. So this is you know, once again is, you know, seeing something. I feel like you see something as, you know, okay, more valid now that I can move in this direction, and seeing something that, you know, different ways that how you can, you know, how you can move forward with it or, you know, expand on it. So there's a journey, or what they were talking about before, you know, restructuring or structuring it, you know, something new, or, you know, releasing that to bring in a new design or whatever that is, whatever is going on. But they're designing a new strategy basically is where they're talking here. But it's like that is going to be, it's like I can kind of see like there's the whole family thing, but I also feel like, you know, you've worked, you know, diligently, you've worked hard, you know, you've worked to bring something together, that it's kind of like maybe there is like you were going to like let something go back here, and it's like, no, I think I'm going to do that. So it's just kind of feeling like your hands were tied back before and maybe feeling a little bit restricted. But what I'm hearing with this one, I'm seeing more now, is like, you know, looking forward into the future. So this one is like looking into a direction, and then we have this one is like looking into the future, you know, with the Wands and the Pentacles. It's like looking forward, and that's, you know, towards that. What is it that I need to do in order to create this coin, you know, and create this grounding and the stability with all things around me? Because that's what the Pentacles is about, really, is, you know, it's not just about the career and the money side of things, the financial side of things. I mean, it helps, but it's like encompassing why you're doing it, and what the purpose of that is for, you know, and what that is about. So something maybe it's come around which is kind of shaking that all around a bit there, and it may be, you know, it's maybe something that you've, you know, been thinking about that in the past, but I feel like something is coming in a way to a head. Okay, we'll see what this last card has there. Okay, yeah, the Ace of Cups here. So there's something is shifting in the way that you, you know, are dealing with things. So I'm seeing the fish as abundance and flourishing, and, you know, in all ways. That's like this fish is like out of water, in a water. It's in a way I feel like you may be feeling like a fish out of water, but there's something about you shifting the way that you're doing things, you're seeing things as well. So in how you may be able to help others like see something from another perspective, but it comes down to you like grounding yourself. So there could be like, you know, there's a male energy that is with you as well, probably, that is, you know, an earth sign. So this is like for either, you know, whatever is going on, it's something is shifting. And more into where you're able to like intuitively, you know, get back into using your intuition more and trusting it. I feel like that's what this card is like. There's a new depth or a new heightened, you know, sense in your vibration and energy, where you're more trusting of your intuition, or moving or working on towards that, you know, on that. And, you know, this, you know, next month is gonna like I feel like even like now is going to like, you're going to need or want to like look at, you know, working on that, and especially your intuition and allowing that to guide you. So there's something new coming through that, and it's like a sense, I'm feeling like there's a sense of, you know, the emotion is that, you know, you know, in the sense that's connected to this one here, Archangel Raphael, it's like there's an emotional, you know, something emotional going, but it's like, you know, getting in touch with that, with your psychic side, I guess, is where they're doing, or your intuition, and figuring out what that emotion is about, or allowing some emotion and to let that emotion like be the drive force of, rather than tucking it away, that propels you in a way, so in a direction. So not in the sense of the emotion being like you running away from something, but the emotion is like shifting the emotion, shifting the way that you're thinking about things, but bringing in the, you know, and listening to your intuition as to that guidance. And it's like being in that space, like with your emotion being the thing, the fueling you in the sense, in a positive way, or, you know, it was shifting that vibration or that thought feeling into something that's going to serve you well. And, you know, that whole energetic shift, but also they're just talking about, you know, that it will help balance out the emotional stuff in the solar plexus as well. So, and, you know, because they're talking about, you know, this is about you grounding yourself and not letting your emotions get away with you. But there's something, a shift in that, or a new beginning in the way that you see things in that sense. So that's actually really beautiful, you know, really, and really awesome, because I can feel that shift. Okay, no, something moving. And it's like, okay, I can see things from another point of view, basically, is where they're going from there. And I can see above, you know, I'm above the emotional side there. I'm more understanding where I'm going with that. And I'm just being drawn to like watching and being mindful of the moon cycles and the energy that the moon brings, and the planets that are aligned with it. Because like, I kid you not, you know, when you see that and you get to understand the messages around it, it's like, okay, I get that now. So, you know, and it's just like, it can give you an idea with the astrological side, and when you look at it, actually how you can plan a bit better with things, and it can give you a really good idea with what's going on. Okay, so the Justice card, for some reason, whatever's going on, justice will be served. So there's something about, you know, something shifting in this, with this heart chakra in this first row there. They're talking about justice will be served, and the first card here is the Three of Swords. So whatever that disappointment is, it's like moving, it's something is moving, you're moving past it. Okay, I'm just going to take that top one at the there, that's turned over. That's something that you're moving through, and you're understanding more about what that is about. The Nine of Wands, definitely releasing and allowing yourself to go on an adventure. And like, this is about, like, I love how there's warthog here, and there's that, I want to say a gremlin, or the and that's on the, it's not a gremlin, but I've lost track of the word, that's the word I'm going to use anyway, or the description, but they're on that warthog's back. It's like, you know, going on a journey, even though there may be some things that are around you, but it's like, you know, I'm just going to go and take a view, and I'm going to bust out of that and release that other stuff, and I'm just going to go and do what I need to do. And it's like, and it may be that you may be feeling like you're going against some things that, or going, you know, not what everybody else is doing, and that's okay. And the Nine of Swords is saying, like, get out of your head on saying that. So there's something about, you know, releasing, because this Nine of Wands is seeing what you need to release to get out of your head. You're moving through it. There's something that you're figuring out to do with this, whatever is, you know, is this disappointment. And something is coming, justice will be served, is what I'm hearing. That something is going to balance out for you, where you're going to see exactly, understand it and feel it, see it's something turning around and balancing out for you, where you're going to be able to set yourself free, or yeah, and allow yourself to like go forward, or go in the direction where or sort something out, say something, do something, make that decision. I'm hearing for some of you is like finalizing something, and it may be something to do, you know, with reaching out and speaking out about something, and saying your piece, and feeling like you actually have expressed yourself. and, you know, and taking charge of the situation or situations, whatever's going on. So next month there's going to be a bit of movement, and just knowing that the angels are there, and talk to them, you know, call on them and allow them to come in and give you a bit of a, you know, a hand as you're working and moving through this, you know, what these situations I'm hearing for some of you, or situation, whatever is going on for each of you. But I just like bringing in some fun as well, you know, along the way, and having a bit of a laugh, or allowing yourself to listen to music and things, do things that lift your heart, lift your soul. Sleep intention may be around the sleep side of things, or it may be separately, watching your sleep patterns, being, you know, mindful of that, but the intentions of what it is and where it is that you're going, this is all about for you. But this last card here, Archangel Raphael is saying, get ready to make a move, okay, whatever that is for you. And it may be like making a move in a certain direction, making a move. It could be like physically moving house. It could be, you know, taking on a new job. It could be moving into a new relationship, or moving out of a relationship, or something like that, whatever that is for you. But it's like, it's in a, I'm feeling the energy and the momentum starting to build up. So these energies that have been working with us, and the angels are sending you lots of love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, adventure, and prosperity and abundance. As we're working through that, you probably would have felt some of the energy move and shift around you as you're listening to this, and you may have actually even seen energy moving around me while this, you know, while I'm chatting away there with you, to you, and bringing through these messages. But the angels are there. Just know that they are around you, and you have the ability to connect and communicate with them. Cool. I'm going to leave that there with you now, Taurus. So I hope this resonates with you, and you get something from it as you're moving forward. And it kind of, even if it semi-prepares or answers some questions for you, and, you know, clarification of some sort. So that's really cool. Drop me a line, subscribe to my channel as well, and that would really help me to boost the energy, as well as getting these messages out to anyone else who may want to listen to them, okay, or watch them. Anyway, bye for now. Peace and love. See you in mid next month as well.